And my first job, which was after my senior year in high school, was working at the Lockheed Corporation on the development of the orbital programmer for one of the first spy satellites. This was a satellite called Midas, which was designed to fly over the Soviet Union and look for intercontinental ballistic missile launches as part of the early warning system for the United States in case we were attacked. My job was a fairly routine one. I was responsible for cabinets full of tiny electronic parts, transistors, resistors, capacitors, and I was responsible for keeping track of the inventories of all of those parts and putting them together in plastic bags in the right combinations for people to solder them into circuit boards, which then became part of the computer that operated this satellite. It was really exciting to have a job like this for a kid who grew up excited about rockets and space. When I was in elementary school, I was making little solid rockets out of my mother's used lipstick tubes. So it was very exciting to be working at a real aerospace corporation on a real space system. And what I learned from the process of working with these little parts and working with the people putting them together into the computer for this satellite was that even if you have a rather dull and routine job like counting electronic parts, you can always bring something interesting to it. I figured out that I didn't really have to count the parts. I only had to weigh one and then weigh the whole cabinet full, and I could figure out how many there were. But I learned a lot in that summer job, including having the opportunity to see the finished satellite and to work with a lot of people who had even more interesting jobs connected with making that satellite fly.